We're live. Yes, okay. Wait for people to stir it up here. In the meantime, we will clean off the lens. All right, should we close this door? First, Patricia, welcome, welcome. All right, we're just waiting for a couple more people to get on here, and then I'm gonna show you guys the entrance. Hey, how's it going? So yeah, we're just waiting for a couple more people to jump on. If you're just jumping on, let me know you're here and where you're joining us from. And hi, how's it going? I'm gonna try to say the name, but I might mess it up. But Magali, welcome, welcome. All right, Leah Jones, hey, from Nebraska. Patricia out in Boston, nice. You guys are tuning in late. All right, sweet. Okay, well, we'll jump in. You guys will be, since you guys are the first ones on here, you guys get to see the entrance here. So this is the entrance to my workshop. See if I can get out far enough you guys can see. So yeah, it's a a blast door from the Millenium Falcon. The entrance into the cockpit of the Millenium Falcon. And then right over here, we've got the like R2 access panel kind of thing. And this is a, let me point there. This is a fingerprint reader. So we've only programmed our fingerprints in to be able to get into the workshop. So this is just in my basement. Can kind of see our laundry room behind me, so I'll turn back this way. Anyway, but yeah, so let me show you guys how this kind of works. Let's see if we can get a good angle of the door opening here. So when it's a accurate thumbprint, then it'll turn green and it'll open up the door. So and here's the workshop. So you can see, I'm gonna close behind me there. And this is what the inside looks like. Pretty awesome. Sorry, I dropped my phone right before we started this, and I think I got the lens dirty. Just a second. We're getting quite the reflections coming off of those lights behind me, but anyway, seems like something the smuggler's room would appreciate. I'll have to check that out. And welcome, Cruelty. But yeah, so let's step back here a little bit so you can see kind of the full door there. If I actually kick off the light, so these, oh man, I'm really not liking the glare on the.
Yeah. Like a soft.
Yeah, we have a lens cleaning cloth right around here in this. If you wouldn't mind pulling that out. Okay, so I'm gonna have Olivia grab the lens cleaning cloth. So that we're not getting this glare up here for you guys, so you can actually see what's going on. But, so yeah, the door is on a full pneumatic piston that opens up, and that's what gives the actual sound, that psh sound. It's not like a soundboard or anything like that, it's the actual sound of it opening up. The Smuggler's Room is a YouTube channel that is converting his entire basement into a Millenium Falcon style geek den. Awesome, that's sweet. Yeah, I'll have to definitely check that out. Okay, here we go. We've got a gigantic lens cleaning cloth. So just a second, it's gonna go dark.
Massive.
Oh, that's much better, right? Okay, sweet. Thank you. Okay, now we just need to get it to focus again. There we go. Okay, sweet. So, as I was saying, right up here, I don't know if you can see it with the bright lights, but I've got a couple switches that actually control different aspects of the room. So, when I flip this top one off, it actually turns off the main light in the room. So, I've got this big, huge LED light bulb up there. And then this actually turns that on and off. And then the second one is actually the lights to the wall. So I can kick those on and off. Actually, this looks cooler, right? Without the lights, it's a lot more of the effect of the door and all these lights on it and everything. And then we have like a lock open button to be able to get out.
Okay.
Yeah, just ran into the wall. To be able to get out the door. And lock it open for like moving things in and out quickly and that kind of stuff if you're going in and out all the time. Something cool that we have, let's see, how long did it take to build it all?
So long.
This is a great question.
They told me it would. Hi guys, Olivia here. They told me it would be a weekend, and I was 9 months pregnant. Oh no, I wasn't. I was 7 months
7
pregnant.
or 8, yeah, 7
when
months.
they started, and then 2 months down the road, they finished it the night before I went into labor.
Yeah, like literally.
The pediatrician came in after the baby was born, and Skylar was dead asleep, and she just starts laughing at him. She's like, he must be really tired.
Even though she did all the work.
He was up all night working on the door, and then we went and had a baby.
Yeah, so it was up till like.
And that was our third baby.
Yeah, up till like
So
5 in the
was,
morning or something like that, finishing it. We finished up the door, and then that like 8 o'clock in the morning or something like that, she went and did
Yeah,
the
but
door.
I mean, they weren't working on it all day. It was nights.
Yeah, it was just at nights and everything like that. But it took us probably 2
And
months.
it was our buddy Myron who built it.
Yeah, our buddy Myron.
Well, not me. I didn't do any of it.
Oh, but you probably gave some good input. So yeah, this used to be the closet to the room where we kind of set this into back here. Let's see.
Hi, Zuli!
Zuli, hey, welcome. Long time no see. So yeah, this is basically like a closet that we built this into. We actually blew out this wall over here, extended the room a little bit. There used to be a hallway on the other side of this, next to the stairs, and we just expanded it up right to move right up against the stairs, so we had more room. One of the cool things you see right up here, I actually have it taped over right now, but I'll remove the tape so you can see. Once this closes, we actually added a motion sensor to it, like an elevator door type of function, so that if it's like closing on you, you can like wave your hand so it opens back up. But it also too, this is a really cool effect. If you just walk up to the door, it just opens.
Our dog feels so powerful.
Yeah, so let me try to focus again here. Olivia just said this, but I'll repeat it because I don't know if you guys heard. She says our dog feels super powerful, like with that motion sensor on, so I have to kind of like put a piece of black tape over it sometimes because he likes to just walk up to it and just open it and walk in and out of the room. So, but yeah, let's see. I saw a comment here. Could do with some black panels and more pinstripes. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. And then love the sound it makes. I know, right? It's like legit sound too. It's not like a soundboard or anything because it's the actual piston of it opening. So here we go again with the fingerprint. And oh, come on, let's focus. Come on, camera. You can do it. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna put this black piece of tape back up over the motion sensor, but say what?
I was hoping you'd just leave it off.
Oh, okay. I'll just leave it on. Anyway, I put it on there because the dog, Cedric, right over here. I'll show you.
So then, is that your spot? You're not in your spot, buddy.
He usually sleeps right over here in this scrap foam box. So, but yeah, he likes to just walk up to the door and just open it up at will. So sometimes I throw that black tape over the thing. Let's see. Guess you're not allowed to make the other side more Star Wars stylized as it's the house. Hey, Wolfie, welcome. Yeah, so we just have the door frame out there because it's like just our hallway into our basement.
But it
living
really
room,
freaked the carpet cleaner guy out.
But yeah, if you guys heard Olivia there, the carpet cleaner guy, when he was like cleaning the carpets downstairs, he's like, "What is that weird room with like the door that has all the like stuff around it and things?" And we're like, "Oh, well, come down, we'll show you." And he's like, "Am I gonna like get murdered in there or something?" And we're like,
He
"No."
was kind of odd.
Yeah, he was a little odd guy, but anyway, so we showed him the room, and he was kind of like, "Well, that's cool." He wasn't like really even that into it. It was like everyone else that walks in, they're like, "This is amazing." Anyway, so yeah, so that's the door. If you guys have questions on it and things like that as we go in, this is just the entrance into the workshop. So it's the beginning of kind of touring through and going through stuff. Would have assumed it was a Fallout bunker. Yeah, right? Totally. It kind of looks like it could be that like some kind of like metal like
Safe room.
bunker door, safe room kind of thing or something with a it's got a fingerprint reader and everything. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions, see.
Okay, put it.
Motion detector, I turned it on.
I just feel so bad.
So right over here, okay, yeah, sorry, I'm putting the
I'm
tape.
sorry.
That's the other hard
Bad
part,
call.
is when I'm trying to show the door, it's hard to walk up to it without it opening and closing all the time. So yeah, if Myron were here, he'd tell you more about it and stuff like that, but some of these parts, basically, what we went for was we tried to get the door, you know, pretty screen accurate, but then for the rest of it, we just kind of went for like the feeling of the Millennium Falcon and just kind of did our own thing and had fun with it. So we've got a bunch of pinstriping and stuff on it. We've got a bunch of the lights and whatnot. Right over here, we've got these light up red flip things. I guess I can turn around and show you guys here. So these, we were like looking at the actual toggles that they used for the original Millennium Falcon. They were like super expensive because they're like off of like fighter jets or something. Mm-hmm. And we're like, well, we'll just get these. They're cool. They light up red. And then we're watching the Solo movie, and apparently the set builders went through the same thing as we did, and they actually had these exact toggles in the Millennium Falcon for Solo. So we're like, yeah, it's canon. But yeah, so there you go. That's kind of the entrance right there. But we can start to kind of tour around the rest of the
couple of questions.
workshop. Oh, we have questions?
Are
Perfect.
there plans to do more to it, or is it done?
Yeah, so this part of it's pretty well done. We don't really have too much more plans for this part of it and everything. Over here is one of my favorite parts. Let me show you.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Like right down here, we've got like this little panel that looks like it's been like taken off, and like something's been rerouted, and it looks like when we tried to bypass whatever it was that we were doing, it was like leaking fluid and everything as we like pulled this out and then like reattached it into here, and like it was like some kind of fluid was like all coming out and everything, and you had to like stick it back in there and reroute something to keep the Millennium Falcon going. But anyway, so yeah, basically kind of like what we said, we just went with like a kind of a found parts build on like everything else and just try to give it kind of the feeling of. We weren't going for screen accuracy on that. Over here though, we do have a couple of like nod elements that you see in the Millennium Falcon all over. This is like on the dash and a bunch of things. This is just 3D printed parts, and then this is like a recreation of a piece that was used in the Millennium Falcon as well. It's from like a car, something or other. But yeah, so pretty fun. Otherwise, we just have like kind of stuff that Myron found in like the dumpster, just driving around and stuff, and went and grabbed. But yeah, so we've got a repeat of the access port, the droid access port. there. But yeah, did we have other questions on that before we move to
we
other?
wanted to know if every button has a function. Are we doing more? Was Cruelty's question, or is it done? And then it would be cool if the unrepaired panel would blast out some smoke when it opens. That would be cool.
Yeah, that's true. That would be sweet. We could always add more smoke because we do have that little bit that comes out in the
toy?
door. Yeah. Who asked that?
Cruelty.
Yeah. Right here. Yeah. It's just it's like one of those lightsaber toys we just like cut up into pieces and like mount it on here like it's some kind of like lever thing that you'd turn or something like that. And then we use the other parts of it over here and cut those in half and attached them to this is one of those old like card reader machines that would like print out your receipt, like, so this would have had like a glass or not a glass case but a plastic like covering over it. This is the back side of the receipt machine, and it had a little plastic cover over it with the spool of paper that would have been printing out like your receipt kind of thing. So it's just like the back of a little like old receipt machine, and then we glued on the other pieces that we cut off of this, cut them in half, and then like glued them onto the side of this just to kind of make it look like it was something else, and then it runs in and plugs in here. Anyway, we definitely had fun with just kind of like using a bunch of different pieces. If you guys see anything else behind me that you want to try to guess what it is, please do in the comments and I'll tell you. So Zuli asked if like everything has functionality. So there's a lot of things that do things, mostly just like flipping on different like lights and stuff like that when you flip different switches. Hey, Much Props, looks awesome. Don't think my wife would be cool with me doing that in my house.
It's just in the basement.
Olivia's the best.
We have flowers on the walls up. We have a very feminine upstairs, so I had to concede somewhere.
Yeah, gotta balance it out. But yeah, welcome, Much Props. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, do. He just puts out content all the time with cool builds. Cruelty said my girlfriend would actively encourage it. She's a bigger geek than him. Nice. Zuli said couple goals.
You're the best.
Okay, so yeah, this panel right up here that's like way blown out on camera because it's so bright.
It took so long.
It took so long to wire together because it has so many switches and everything that turn on different sections of this, and will light up different pieces based on what you press. I wish you guys could see this better. Let's see if I bring you in closer. Here we go. Let's see. So it's still just pretty blown out, huh, on camera.
Oh well.
It's super bright. Anyway, yeah. So this one just kind of like, the switches turn on different like configurations of the lights, like it's like doing some type of thing and letting you know that it's active. We have some stuff that's just kind of like on like a randomized flashing pattern type of thing, maybe like a navigator of some sort or something. And then let's see. Oh, Zulia, I'm blind now. Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, yeah, Much Props is going to be doing a video, he just said, on using our What the Foam tomorrow. So make sure to go over and subscribe to his channel so you can see that. He made some really cool stuff with our foam. So go check that out, definitely. Let's see. Yeah, totally. We need to get like the style seats for the Millennium Falcon and just like make this a cockpit cockpit set for sketches and stuff. That would be awesome. Definitely. But yeah, so kind of, over here once again, just different.
Patricia asked, "What is What the Foam?"
Switches. Yeah, great question. Let me kick on the house lights
hey,
again.
Jerome.
Jerome, welcome. How's it going? So yeah, what the foam? Let's see. Here's one that's fully packaged over here. So what the foam? Oh, that's backwards. Is it reverse for you on there? Oh no, it's right. That's reverse for me. Okay. Anyway, what the foam is our very, very, very durable foam that is kind of like the best of both EVA foam and thermoplastics combined. So it has a lot better hold than normal foam would have and different things like that. It's so like usually if you were using like a 10 millimeter to get like a good compound curve hold, our 4 millimeter will do the same type of hold. So you can get
For cosplay builds.
yeah, for cosplay armor builds and that kind of stuff. So you can use, let me show you. So you can get a more realistic armor look without having to try to hide the thickness. So usually, to like get a good hold and shape with like EVA foam, this is a really good foam right here. That you'd have to go up to like a higher thickness like this. Like I think this is either an 8 or 10 or a 12 millimeter, something around there. I think 10 millimeter. And you can see it holds really well. But some of the thinner foams like that, you can't get that kind of hold. It'll lose its shape and things like that over time. Here's our 4 millimeter doing that same thing, holding that shape. Springs right back if you bend it out. I can't do it one-handed. But yeah, holds really well, has a really good hold and really good shape. Similar to like a thermoplastic type of thing. Like if you were to just heat it up and then wrap it around your arm, it'll take kind of all those little curves of your, of your wrist and everything like that. Not in like really intense detail like you'd get from a lot of thermoplastics and stuff, but it'll get kind of that basic shape and hold and just keep that shape. It won't, flatten out once it kind of cools more and stuff like that. So really great for armor builds and everything like that. We have we have it color coded as well, so that you can see here on my shelf I've got
Outcast Griffers available on Amazon.
Yes, it is available on Amazon. Great thing to say. So it's available on Amazon. We have it right now in these easy 12 by 18 size sheets. I realized I was always trying to get like the big, huge sheets of foam, the biggest I could get kind of thing. And then when I was actually working on projects, I was like, if I need to make a piece, if I can fit it on one of the smaller ones, I used to get like, I don't know if I have any here. I used to get like a 8 by 11 type of size, like a 9 by 11, kind of just paper size foam off of Amazon, 6 millimeter that would work really well. And I realized I found myself like always going to those. If I could fit the piece on it, I would do that because it was such a hassle to try to pull out the big roll, get it all up on the table, trace out my pattern, cut it down, then put the foam roll back away and store it somewhere and stuff. So
especially if you're in a small space.
Especially if you're in a small space like an apartment or different things, which a lot of cosplayers are. They don't have like a full workshop or anything like that, and it's much easier to just kind of store these on a shelf, just like bookshelf, easy somewhere, and it's like big enough to where you can fit quite a bit on it, but small enough that it's not cumbersome and things like that. So anyway, we've got 6 millimeter, 4 millimeter, 2 millimeter.
And just check out his video tomorrow and see.
Yeah, check out Much Prop's video tomorrow, and you'll kind of see it in action and see how he uses it on a prop, and kind of the detail that it takes and everything like that. That's one thing that it does really well is takes like etching details super well, and it's a lot smoother surface, so you get a lot smoother finish. It's a lot more durable, so it's gonna hold up. Here, should I do the rip test?
If you want to, I thought this was a tour.
Well, they just asked about what the foam, so I'm trying to tell them about it, right? So.
Oh, and Sans awesome. Much prop.
Say what?
Much prop says Sans awesome. Am I holding this?
Yes.
Hi.
Okay, so just to kind of show you like how much more durable and strong
Can I
ours
see your
is.
face?
Yeah,
Sorry.
there we go. That's fine. So this is just like a regular piece of 2mm craft foam, similar to what you'd get pretty much anywhere, whether it's from like a cosplay store or just from the craft store. And that's what happens easily. Like, so I tried to create straps once, do a nice cool leather effect on 2mm. They weren't like super integral straps, like where they had to have a whole lot of. It was kind of shaking a little bit.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm a bad camera lady.
No, you're great. But like, it was for Olivia's Wonder Woman thing. It was just kind of straps just for looks. But within like what minutes of being at the con, they all like split and
it was sad.
and I was like, man. So I've always had to keep like layering foam around like the nylon webbing to be able to get some strength and still use that leather look from the foam. But if you look at ours, trying to find a similar, okay, so look, this is even thinner, like as far as like a piece width-wise, so it's not, doesn't have any advantage of extra width. 2mm, this is our what the foam.
It's already been through this pull test, that's
Yeah,
why it looks
it's already been through the pull
sad.
test, that's why you can see a bunch of wrinkles and stuff on it, but like, there's no way that you're ripping through this unless you like give yourself a good cut first and then rip through it. But like, even if I just like, even with two people trying to pull on this, it's not gonna break. So you can actually use these for legitimate straps, you know, like you need a strap that goes over, hold something up or whatever. It works. So 2mm, that's how strong that is, let alone your 4 and your 6.
Jerome says he sees the helmet up there, the Voltron helmet.
Oh yeah, yeah. Jerome was following our live streams back when we built this live. That's awesome. But yeah, anyway, so long answer to your short question. What is what the foam? That's it. We color coded it as well because we highly recommend that you plastidip it before you paint it anyway, and so you're just going to be coating it all in black. But this helps to be able to easily identify what thickness you have on the shelf. So you're not having to try to measure it and be like, what thickness is this one? If it's all the same color, all black, all gray, all white, whatever. And also too, it just makes your work in progress builds look super cool. For example.
Oh, do you want me to show this? This is, Sky built this, I'm just doing the scales.
Yeah, anyway, you can just see the work in progress builds look super cool in that color combination as well. So, anyway, there we go. That's what the foam. It is available on Amazon. We included a link in the description of this video to a kit because we figured that a lot of people would be asking about some of the stuff that we're showing in the workshop. I haven't put everything on there yet, but it's got a lot of the stuff that I use and recommend. Anything that I put on there, I've like personally used, and for the most part, or it's something that I had and I found the same one or same type on there. But yeah, so if you guys go to that link, it's got a whole kit. It's called My Cosplay Arsenal. Got a bunch of the different stuff that I use that you'll probably see around here. And if you see anything that we talk about that's not on there, let me know and I'll throw it in there for you guys so you know where to get it. But yeah, so that's what the foam. Do we have any other questions in the meantime there? Have you ever seen the guy who made a screen accurate replica of the entire Millennium Falcon cockpit? I think I've seen one. I don't know if it's the exact guy you're talking about, but I know I've seen one where they like made like the whole cockpit and everything, and it looked super legit. And I think they made it so they could even like take it places. But I don't know if that's the same one you're referring to. And then we had, how is she applying the scale? Is contact cement or just sticking? Oh yeah, great question, Patricia. So let me hurry and flip this around. You can see. We'll do a little quick demo for you. So what we've done is we've actually taken a dope knife.
If you see, we've just scored it.
And we just score the area where we're going to be applying the scale.
So that's this little crisscross pattern, and then I just make a little scale with the foam plate, the FOMO. And then I get my finger wet, and I wet the back of it. And then I wet the scale that I'm doing. Let's see, I was doing this one. So then I wet that. So
Put a little bit of water on the foam and on the foam on the FOMO.
And then
Then you kind of press it on there a little bit. And with doing these scales, you want them to kind of look like they were like scales, not just built onto this, because they were, in this case, this was Toothless's scales that had been shed, and Hiccup recuperated them and like glued them onto his
so
armor.
I do different
So
thicknesses,
different sizes, different thicknesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that it looks more.
Gives it a lot more dimension. I mean, we'll show. This video is
Yeah.
coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for this video tomorrow, the chest plate piece, the full tutorial. And if you guys subscribe and get notified, for the first 3 days of the video coming out, you'll be able to get this pattern for free.
So what I wanted to show them was just how the black.
Yeah,
Like
so you can kind of
how-
just see the dimension and like the organic look that this gives with the FOMO, using the scales instead of just doing it out of like the same thickness foam and trying to sand it down and all that. You can just easily build and apply these in different thicknesses, depths, heights, widths, shapes, and it really just kind of sells that that scale look that it came from an organic being and then was glued on. So yeah, if you do that technique that Olivia was doing here, where you kind of wet the foam and then wet the back of the FOMO and then press it on there, it'll actually stick pretty well to the foam. So you don't have to necessarily use glue, but definitely there's instances where you may want to make your piece first and then glue it on, because maybe you're doing it in a mold, pressing it into a mold to get a really detailed shape or piece or something like that, and then you want to like demold it, let it dry a little bit, and then go in and you can glue it on with contact cement, and that works pretty well. And you want to make sure to do that right after it cures, within kind of after the first 24 to 48 hours, depending on the size of it, and then seal that off with Plastidip so that it shuts it off from access to the air to continue drying out or anything like that, so that it'll stay more flexible for you. But yeah, great question on that. Let's see. Could one in theory sculpt an entire foam clay cowl on a face cast? Yes. There's this guy on Instagram that if you go to, let's see, where would be the best place to see his stuff? If you go to the hashtag FOMO or hashtag MyFOMOFix on Instagram, you should see his stuff. He's made several masks that way, where he just takes a face bust kind of thing, and he'll just sculpt a whole like mask.
You have to seal it pretty quick.
Yeah, and then you'll just want to like seal it up with Plastidip afterwards and everything. But even Evil Ted on his video, if you just search FOMO on YouTube, you should find Evil Ted's video where he used it, and he actually created a little skull mask type of thing as well. So yeah, you definitely can, and that would work. It's not gonna have like an elastic effect like a silicone or like a latex mask would kind of thing, right? It's gonna be more just kind of like you'd be able to like slide it on. It'll have a little bit of flex to it if you seal it off and everything, but it's not gonna be like super like move with your face and all that stuff like you get from certain silicones and things. Let's see. Have I made Hiccup's flame sword? Not yet. I plan to. And I have some fun ideas for it. Like usual, I try to go all out and make it super legit. So I'm wanting to make it look like it lights up in flames. It won't be flames because it'll be con friendly. But I also want to make it be able to do the green gas stuff out the other side, like Hiccups does. So we'll see what I can make happen with that. But that's not my next thing out. The next thing out will be the pauldrons. I'm kind of starting from the head and working my way down on the Hiccup build. So.
Well, but your next build isn't Hiccup.
The next video to come out though after the chest plate will be the dark saber. So that'll be next month's build video that'll come out. And then Patricia said that looks dope, and Zuli said that looks legit about the scales. So All right, sweet. Well, should we continue the shop tour? And if you guys have more questions, let me know. So you guys have probably seen a bunch behind me in the background as I've been going through this, but I'll just kind of take one wall at a time here. So I'm actually probably flip the camera around here to show you guys. So here's our kind of like shelves that we have. So you saw where I had the what the foam. And we recently just got these shelves put in. And just a disclaimer, we did try to clean up the shop a little bit before you guys came over to check it out. But we still tried to leave it kind of like how it is the most times with stuff like all over the tables. But yeah, so this is pretty cool. This was just like a one night build that we did. Let me see if I can set it over here so you can see. It's a little top hat. Do you want to put it on?
Well, I don't already have
Yeah.
the hair.
Anyway,
for it.
but yeah, it's a little top hat that we made out of our 4mm what the foam for the brim, and then just the 2mm what the foam for the top, and then we just heated it up and crumpled it to give it kind of this crumpled top hat look. Turned out really cool. It was for like a Harry Potter murder mystery party. So you can see even this 2mm, when I push down on it, let go, it just like springs back to where it was holding. But yeah, so anyway, I saw that, thought I'd show you that. And then you saw the Voltron helmet up here, Jerome pointed out, which was, what was that, like a year or 2 years ago now? I don't know. Anyway, we've got like a bunch of FOMO stacked up here. I've got my tapes all here. These are my patterning supplies. So I'm gonna put out a video soon. A lot of people have been asking about it.
Oh my gosh, is that where his sword and shield is?
Oh yeah, there we go. We just found Tristan's sword and shield that we made for him for his birthday party.
He's been missing
And he's been wondering where it is. Apparently it made its way into here. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna do a video on a couple of videos on patterning. I've been getting a bunch of people asking with our daily cosplay quick tip clips, asking about patterning, how to pattern. So I'll do a series of videos on that, how to do simple ones, how to do like ones that like sit off of your normal body shape and things like that, helmets and different things that don't just fit tight to your head. How do you pattern for that and that kind of thing. So I'll be putting out a bunch of videos on that hopefully next month. But yeah, so back to here. So yeah, I've just kind of got a bunch of supplies. I'm also going to do a video with some of the ingredients that you see up here on being able to create your own airbrush cleaner and airbrush paint thinner in an upcoming video. Over here we've got just kind of some of my supplies. I need to figure out what to do with this pole. I kind of have like the white vinyl wrap to do the hero eyes. For those of you that saw my DIY superhero eyes video just recently, we used that. But I had this kind of mounted up with all of these reels on it, but we put in the shelves and it just wasn't really working how I was hoping or expecting anyway. So this is kind of just like our other extra tool shelf.
Why are you showing them the messiest part?
I'm giving them the whole shop tour. It'll make them feel
real experience.
Yeah, it's the full experience as if you guys were here. Nothing being hidden. I'll show you guys my other like tools and stuff that I have like specific spots for and how I have those, the ones I use all the time. These are kind of the ones where it's like, oh hey, I use these every once in a while. You can see I have like a bunch of heat guns. I've bought several heat guns to try out and find out which ones are like the best price for actually working for you and lasting for a while. So once again, like that link in the description that goes to the kit, the heat gun I put in there is this one right here, the Genesis one. It's only like 15 or 17 bucks. So not too expensive, and it works really well. I've tried some other ones, a Harbor Freight one and things like that. I've gone through 2 or 3 trying to test those. So I wouldn't recommend them, even though you can get them cheap. But this Genesis one has actually worked pretty well, and it comes with a couple different settings, or a couple different attachments for the nozzle as well. So you can like hit a smaller space and things like that if you need to. In a second I'll show you the Cadillac of heat guns that I use more often, but let's see, I think we had some comments. Okay, so we got duct tape dummy. And then, so yeah, this
He
here.
brings up the duct tape when he asked if you'd seen Stan Winston's School of Body Cast Dummy method. Masking tape instead of duct tape filled with rigid body polyfoam and finished with Bondo. It's sustainable and you can make removable limbs. Pretty similar to what this is.
Pretty similar. I have not seen his, but I did make removable limbs and torso. So yeah, you can remove the limbs. It is durable. It's not just filled with like just stuffing or batting or anything. It's got a nice hard finish to it. You can actually separate the torso too, and then I have it mounted to a giant Lazy Susan. But I have a full video on how I did that, and I actually used like a post hole filling expanding foam that you can get at Home Depot, pack of it for like $10, and I think I maybe used 2 packs to do the whole body, 2 or 3.
Maybe.
We might have dug into a 3rd pack. I don't remember. But yeah. Anyway, so this works super well, and that definitely is a big help if you're patterning. So you can make it fit to your exact body shape. This is tin foil, duct tape, like basically full body wrap, cut out of it, taped it back together, and then pouring that expanding.
Mine's Sikaflex.
Yes, Sikaflex post hole filling.
Like you're here, Megan.
Post hole filling expanding foam to be able to get that nice and rigid and be able to have a good surface to pattern on and stuff. Let's see what else. Okay, cool. And then Much Prop said that Can We Cosplay has a great tutorial on how to make a compact smoke machine for weapons smoke effects. Yeah, definitely. And then so does, what's his name?
Oh, is it just that guy?
Yeah, that guy that I watched a couple different ones. Anyway, yeah, there's a couple good ones out there that I've been looking at, trying to figure out. You're talking about for the flaming sword thing, right? We do have a smoke machine basically built into our door here that uses some of those principles that they cover and things like that. Let me show you guys real quick. Myron went to the vape shop and he was trying to explain to the guy what we were trying to do because he wanted to buy a vape to make like smoke come out of our door, and the guy was like, so your door wants to vape? And Myron's like, yeah, sure. Anyway, it was pretty funny. So we've got this vape here with homemade smoke fog syrup. what fog juice, homemade fog juice, and then you can see there's this solenoid here that pushes the button for the vape, and then this fish pump that pumps air into the outtake, but to be able to push air in and force the smoke up since nobody's like sucking on it. And then our air evac for the piston, the pneumatic piston that opens and closes the door, it actually evacs the air right here. So as that smoke rises up, this air is evacuating and pushes it into the door frame. So kind of cool. Let's see. Comments. Cruelty said, it sounds like that guy was vaping some special juice. You want your door to vape. Okay. Curious if you removed the duct tape, it would be stable and it would technically be even closer to your own body form. Yeah, probably, possibly. I don't know.
Get messy.
It would get pretty messy with the foam stuff that we used. It's nice to kind of have it inside there because on the sections where I did like have to kind of sand down some like overspill and stuff, it gets like really like this really powdery, messy stuff. But it is slightly bigger than me by a little bit, but it actually works really well for patterning because I do most of my stuff out of foam, EVA foam, and so adding a little bit of extra thickness ends up helping, because then once you add in the thickness of the foam, it's not like super tight. It's actually a really perfect fit. So so it works really great for my use. But yeah, if you wanted it to be a lot closer, check out that. I've definitely heard of Stan Winston's school stuff. I've seen like ads and seen some different of their like videos that they do have on YouTube, and they're awesome. They do some cool stuff. So if you guys want something that's a lot more professional, check that out. But yeah, I do have a video on how I did this one, if you guys are interested in that too. Accurate cast is only useful for sculpting off of. Yeah, if you're gonna have like a really tight fitting like sculpting thing that you're doing to be able to cast and then do like some kind of prosthetics or latex things or silicone things, masks or something like that, definitely having that tighter perfect fit would be a lot more important for sure. All right, so let's see. We got to the tool shelf, and then we're moving down. This is still a work in progress.
Like
this is kind of like our work in progress shelf. We've got Olivia's pauldrons for Astrid over here that are in progress. This is pretty cool. So I know I'm just talking about what the foam again, but it really is super cool. So like, look at this pauldron. Like, I'm pushing down on this, and usually most regular foams, this is only 6 millimeter thick foam with a 2 millimeter like edging, right?
Then it was almost too much.
And it's probably too strong. We probably could have done this out of a 4 millimeter, but like you could use this for LARPing and have a super strong like pauldron kind of thing. But anyway, just like most other foams would just totally like fall in, cave in, and flex with that pressure. But anyway, Olivia's doing an awesome job on these. But this is kind of like our work in progress shelf. I've got like a kid's Black Panther helmet that I was making for Tristan for his birthday last year.
Don't say that. He had a great birthday.
He had a great birthday. We just didn't finish that in time.
The whole rest of the costume.
But anyway, so yeah, we want to get like bins here, so we can kind of separate like each of our like pieces that we're working on simultaneously, to kind of keep all of our pieces and collect like all the pieces that we purchased and collected.
Says that Adam Savage's organizational OCD would be in hell looking at your tools. Probably.
Yeah, probably. He also has a huge warehouse to work in, so.
A lot of these tools don't always go down here either.
Yeah, a lot of these are just kind of down here because we brought them down, but they're supposed to be in our garage.
Also looks like that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, totally. One of these days we're going to get it super organized, but for now we're kind of still just working towards that. And then, yeah, we've got our printer. There's Arno Dorian hanging out over there with Inigo Montoya's sword. Yeah, let's see, what's next? We got TV up there with a Chromecast so that we can watch shows while we work on stuff, because I'm pretty sure, like, that's what, I don't know, I assume that's what everybody does. Especially like if it's something I'm working on and like it's for a TV show, then I like love to be watching the TV show while I'm working on something from it. So like keeps me pumped, keeps me going on it. You killed my father, prepare to die.
Myron asked if we've been over here yet.
Nope, we have not yet. We're working our way that way. We're about to show off the sweet corner rig that we made to mount our computer to, as we work our way toward the more used tools. So this is our awesome corner mounted computer station. So let's see, I probably need to flip this around to see better, to show you guys how this works. So it's like sit stand. You can move it up to like a standing position with the keyboard and everything. I can like do live stream or record like voiceover right here while I'm looking at the stuff on the screen. It can also go down to like easy sitting height.
What are you doing? on the ground.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's that. But the cool part about it is the mount that we used. Let me flip the camera again. Where are we at on battery on this side? Oh, we're doing good. So the mount is built just to only attach to a desk, like the edge of a desk. So I used to have it right over here, like mounted to the table, but it just like took up so much crafting space. And now we've been able to open up and have 2 crafting stations on this table. And so we're trying to figure out a solution. And Myron's like, hey, I have an idea. Let's make something out of steel. And went over to his brother's shop and told him kind of what we were wanting. And he like designed this up, this little corner mount thing. So basically this just attaches into the corner of the wall with 2 legs there and 2 legs here. And and anyway, and then has this really strong steel bar that comes across that we could mount this to. And when he was designing it, he's like, do you want your logo in it? And I was like, what? You can do that? So then he put it in there and powder coated it and everything. Anyway, pretty sweet. Okay, so now we're moving over to the actual workstation area. Right over here to show you kind of how I have things set up right over where I'm actually working all the time, which is a lot more organized than what you guys saw over there. So let me, I'm gonna change this selfie stick into tripod mode real quick so that I can use both my hands and show you guys some of this stuff. So here we go. So if you look down right here, you'll see this is my work surface. If you look up, you'll see we've got the overhead camera built in right here. It's suspended from the ceiling. And then right here, I've got access to like a bunch of things like buckles, glues, drawing art supply type of things, my hole puncher. I did created like a 3-in-1 hole puncher thing using the pipe idea that Bill Duran and Evil Ted use, and I just created a different version of it where I have 3 different size pipes all built into one piece, and then I use the skewer stick and some moldable thermoplastic to create a little punch to pop the piece of foam out once you cut out the circle. So this can slide into any side and punch it out. So kind of looks like a little like airbrush when you're holding it like this. Anyway, cotton balls.
You have a question.
Plastic things, plastic bags.
They said, hey, I missed it. What were the pauldrons made of?
Oh yeah.
What the foam and FOMO?
Yeah, they're made out of What the Foam and FOMO.
Which is a
What the Foam is our line of extremely durable foam sheets that are kind of give you the best qualities of EVA foam and thermoplastics like Worbla, Thibra, that type of thing, kind of combined into one. So it has a really strong hold for a thinner sheet. Does all the same things you love about foam with like etching, scoring the foam and then heating it up. It actually has a lot cleaner, crisper lines when you do that, and takes wear and tear better. It's a lot more durable, as you saw how strong that was. That was our 6mm. So because of its strength, durability, and hold, you can actually create things with a 4mm foam that you would usually create with like a 10mm because it just holds so well and so strong. And then also has like that extra durability. It's harder to scratch when you like run a screwdriver over it or something like that. It doesn't catch and skip and tear the foam. It's just gonna actually just give it a good scratch like you would on any kind of like, you know, armor piece you were actually doing that to, kind of thing. Anyway, yeah, super cool. It's available on Amazon right now in the 9 by 12 or 12 by 18 sheets.
Leah asked if we tried sewing with it. I think the 2mm would sew really well.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. Our sewing machine is missing the foot.
Yeah, I can't find it.
We were missing a power cable, and then we got the power cable, and then the foot went missing, and the pedal, not the foot, the pedal.
Yeah.
And so we're still trying to get our sewing machine working. But Leia, if you have some and want to try it, please do. The 2mm we are guessing would actually sew really well into something. But yeah, let's see.
My phone died, so I can't monitor.
Cruelty said, "You like to naming your products with a bit of a pun, don't you?"
Yep.
FOMO, what the foam. Yes, we do. And then we also have our
Dope knives.
We also have our IDK. It's a dope knife that we do as well, which is fun, and it's a Cosplay branded dope knife. You should get one and read the back and the caution label. It's quite entertaining. But yeah, it comes with a pack of 5 extra blades. Check out my video on how to make one blade last forever though. Get yourself a dope knife and then make it last forever, so you don't have to keep replacing the blade all the time. Your next product should be Foam Get It. Let's see. I don't get it. You're probably gonna, oh, forget it. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Sorry, I'm like, I don't get it.
We're cool.
Yeah, totes cool. Leia said, sounds like my house. Anyway, yeah, sweet. Yeah, hopefully that answered your question, Mark. Thanks for asking on the what the foam and what that was made out of. Plus, you know you want to get it. LOL. Yeah. Nice. I like it. All right, so I'll keep going with kind of the tour, and then if you guys have more questions, jump in. Olivia will help let me know if there's comments. Oh, her phone died, so I'll keep checking. So moving around here, basically I've got a couple lights built in shining onto my work surface here, so that I've got plenty of light on what I'm working on to help make sure that I'm seeing well enough. And then another light right here. That's mostly for camera
And
to catch me.
Super safe.
And it's super safe and professional. And then I have like an overhead light pointing down to be able to see from above too. So we've got kind of a 3-point lighting going on here from the 2 sides and then from above on what I'm working on, so that it kind of eliminates shadows and stuff, so I can see clearly what I'm working on. All right, Jerome, see ya. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so Cruelty said that's one not so many fig of Annie.
It's a clock.
Yes, this is an alarm clock. I need to put new batteries in it, but when you push his head, this like lights up blue so you can see it. I wish that it would say, when you push it, that it would say like, "You underestimate my power," or something, you know, Anakin lines or something. It'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, I need to get the new batteries in that, because it's how I know that it's too late to keep crafting in the middle of the night. Oh yeah, I'm sure it could be modded to add like a soundboard to it or something. All right, so then let's move over here. So this is, let me take a drink of water real quick. So this is how I've got over on the side. So I wanted to try to keep the aesthetic going through the room with kind of this control panel thing. So let me show you guys. So I've kind of got this like angled control panel that runs around the room and then drops into like a flat surface here, and then back to the angled, and then I don't know if I might continue some other stuff or not, but we'll see. So, and with that, what I've done is tried to make it so that all my tools that I use frequently are easily accessible. So right here, I've kind of got like, a bunch of like chisels, my heat gun attachments, pliers, my pattern punch for registration marks, and then these things are awesome. So these are just like magnetic, like I think they're meant for tools because I got them at Harbor Freight, but similar to like what you'd have for like a kitchen, like knife magnet strip kind of thing. Sorry, that hot glue gun was hot and I just bumped it. Scared me. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, so that's super handy. I love the little magnetic strip, just be able to like set things right there and have them just stick and be out of your way. I've got my contact cement here. Here, you guys will see a video coming out soon that if you guys have ever wanted to look like you have more batteries than you do, so your friends think you're cooler than you are, we have a video on some simple like mold making in a small space and easy to do things. And I was looking around trying to find out what to mold, and I just grabbed a battery and made a little like silicone mold for it, and we pressed some FOMO into it. So we have a little Canon FOMO battery.
So now we look a little fancy.
So we look a little fancier now because we have more batteries. Anyway, this is the Surebonder cordless hot glue gun that I've had on for way too long, and it's
probably been on the whole 24 hours.
Dripping on me because it was been on so long. Anyway, super cool. You can pull it off, no cord attached, and use it, I think, for up to like a minute and a half or 2 minutes before you need to put it back on to heat back up. And it doesn't take too long to heat back up, just kind of like 20 seconds or 30 seconds or something like that. And so that's super handy for projects where you can just kind of like, do your glue piece, set it down, do something with it, pull it back up. Something that'll help you in your glue things. I put out a video recently. If you guys check out the channel. Quick tip video on how to rapid cool your hot glue. So that you could take more advantage of this cordless one, because you do your hot glue, rapid cool it, and then glue something else, right? Anyway, so check out that video. So then along here, I've got like my soldering iron / wood burning tool to burn lines into the foam, as well as to you can attach like a blade to this and use it as like a heated razor blade kind of thing. You can also attach a soldering attachment to this and use it for that. And I've like wired it up so I can just flip this switch on to turn on the heat here. Yeah, once again, like all these things I'll link to in the kit that we have the link for in the description. And that'll take you to a little kit that goes through our affiliate link to Amazon to, if you guys want to buy these, if you buy it through our link, it gives us a kickback. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps support us and our channel and stuff. So then going through here, this is a Wagner heat gun that I've had for probably 4 years now, going super strong. It was like their $35 one, close around $40, $35, $40. 4 years ago. It's been great. Wagner's so awesome that and they recently sent me this guy, which is the Cadillac of heat guns. It's got a digital readout here. You can set it to like practically any degree you want, like with super precision. It's got like a cooling fan program built in. You can change how hard the air is blowing from it too. So if you have like tiny little pieces of foam that you're trying to heat up, you can turn the fan down so it's not blowing as hard and it won't blow them off the table. It can stand up easily on its end like that, and you can like heat up little soldering like the shrink tubing and stuff like that over it. You can set it down on its side and the tip doesn't touch and burn anything because it's got these little winged ridges here. Anyway, so this thing's pretty legit, and I'm just like breaking this in still, but it is amazing. So, sorry, did we have a comment here? Think you should add pinstriping and greeblies to your control panel so it ties into the door. Yeah, I want to. I just haven't gotten around to it. I mean, I kind of did some with these switches and stuff, but I definitely think it'd be sweet to add some pinstriping and some more like just little, you know, light buttons and stuff like that to tie it into the door more for sure. And then hot glue gun was hot. Schmart. Yeah. And then, yeah, Myron said it looks like a spaceship. Yeah, so that was kind of the goal, to kind of make it look like a spaceship. So, two, I got these. They're the like salon hairstylist like cup things for the like putting their hair dryers or their curling irons and that kind of stuff into a thing. And so I got these to be able to put in my heat gun, my Dremel, different things. So this Dremel right here, so once again, I have it like built into here, partially because I have kids and stuff like that. I have like these dead man switches to where I can like flip all these off, and then the kids can come up and they can try to, if they try to turn something on, it's not gonna like go on, you know, and like sand off their finger or something. Unless you, if they can get to, yeah, if they can get through the fingerprint to door. But yeah, so then once you flip that switch on, you know, then it'll kick on. So yeah, so this rotary tool right here, I think it's in the kit. If not, I'll check after this live stream and just like bookmark that kit link in the description during the live stream. Bookmark it, and then afterwards I'll go through, and if there's anything that's not in there that we've talked about, I'll add it so you guys can find it easily. But this is the Wen rotary tool, and while I don't know how it would handle like uses for like grinding, you know, metal for like auto body work or something like that, it works really great for foam. It was a $20 buy, and it came with a flex shaft and a set of tips and everything for it, and it has been working for 3 to 4 years. Well, maybe, or 4 to 5.
No.
We got it down in Provo, and we've been here for almost 4 now.
I don't know. Time is weird.
Or we started working for 4. Anyway, yeah, it's like 4 or 5 years, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. But anyway, it still just keeps going and works super well. It's corded, so I just have it built in here. But the one I've been using a lot more lately, because I love it, and it's black and red, which is just extra cool, you know. I don't like black and red or anything. Anyway, but is the Milwaukee rotary tool, cordless with their little 12-volt battery setup, so nice and slim. Works super great. I have it kind of on a lower setting right now, I think, or I don't know, mid setting. But anyway, this thing has been awesome. Super handy to be able to not have a cord, and you can just kind of take it to wherever you need to be able to sand stuff or easily do stuff without it getting wrapped up. Welby, what's up? Hey, yeah. We just started these live streams back up. Welcome back. It's been a while, right? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we had one last week and then this week, and we're just going to keep doing these every Thursday, so. It's weird how one memory from ages ago can seem so recent, yet a recent memory can feel like it was an eternity ago.
So true.
Definitely.
Like, do I know what we did last Tuesday? No, but when did we get that? I don't know. Seems like we just got it.
Seems like we just got it, but it's probably been like 4 or 5 years, yeah. All right, we're kind of hitting the hour mark, but I'll finish going through the rest of the shop tour. I didn't expect it to take as long, but it's been fun. Hopefully,
well, you showed like messes.
Hopefully you guys are okay with me like not editing out my messy shelves. This is real life.
We're really messy, basically. Truth.
No, Cruelty, I appreciate the questions. No problem at all. And I'm happy to go over as long as you guys are willing to stick with us. So not a problem at all. Thanks for the questions. I appreciate it. I love it. So I have this spot. Usually I have like a second heat gun tapped into that or something else. Just kind of, oh no, my drill. Or my drill goes here. Or, anyway, I have kind of an open spot for any current tool that I might be using that I don't use all the time. And then I've got these magnet strips up here, which are a little bit more organized than that one over there. That one's just kind of like toss stuff over there and stick it out of my way. Zuli said, "That's the cool thing about you too. You're authentic." Aw, thanks, Zuli. You're awesome. So yeah, over here I've got like the kind of a little knife sharpening block. It's not really a block because it's pretty thin, but nice knife sharpening. Kind of looks like Bhaskar a little bit almost.
Nice.
I mean, doesn't have the.
Should use it and do like a sketch.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really have like kind of like has too consistent of a pattern in it with these hexagons, but you know, it's kind of cool. Anyway, so yeah, we've got a bunch of dope knives. Some doper knives. Oh, this thing's really cool. Okay, so this is legit. Let's see.
Do you want me to hold something?
I'm just gonna flip the camera around and set it on here. So yeah, this little guy, this is amazing. Check this out. So this is like a pen, like actually like a pen size. You wouldn't think it's like too thick for a pen or anything like that, but it has this tiny little X-Acto blade that pops out, and it's perfect for doing like scoring details, like super fine little tiny cuts and different things like that. And
Don't
like,
take it on an airplane.
details. Yes, don't accidentally walk onto an airplane with this. It would not be good. But anyway, pretty cool little. It's broken now. I dropped.
It's cool, but it's broken.
I dropped it pretty hard the other day onto my concrete floor, and I think it broke one of the elements on the inside that helps it retract back in. So like it'll push out, but then when I push this, it's supposed to retract back in. But I broke it. But anyway, I'm gonna get another one because it's awesome. And super good for those like fine little details with the X-Acto knife. So yeah, so let's continue. Let's see. A clip makes it seem like you're supposed to put it in your shirt like a pen. Not a good idea. It looks cool though. Yeah, right. Maybe you can clip it to like your your cosplay print or something like that.
Yeah.
Instead. Oh, we didn't show them those.
Yeah, we go over
wanna-
there.
Yeah, we'll head over there in a
Yeah,
second.
'cause we've got all that.
Yeah, we've got all that to go around. Okay. Anyway, so, stuff, organization and stuff. I've got like all my little sculpting tools mounted up here. Other bits and bobs, the replacement blades that I never use. Because I use my make one blade last forever tip trick thing that I put in a video recently. And then let's flip around. Okay, so here I've got a little soldering station. I want to add to this. I'm going to add some fans in and things like that. But what I did is kind of created this diffused light back here so that you can put your wires in the helping hands and then clean off that lens. And have just like plenty of light right there on what it is you're soldering together. I've got a little tiny screwdriver set that's supposed to get mounted here eventually. But anyway, and then you've kind of got all your stuff right here with your wires, wire clippers, testers, solder, everything. But yeah, I want to build like little fans into the side here. Yeah, it is a white light, but it's a daytime brightness, so it probably has more of a blue hue on the camera. Let's see. Oh, Zuli asked, where did we get it? Zuli, are you asking about the small?
Probably.
Maybe we should like sell one of those. We have the doper knife. This will be like the dough knife. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So it probably appears a lot more blue. It's a daytime brightness light, so it's like lighter. But yeah, the X-Acto Blade pen I got on Amazon. I'll make sure that I put that in the link, in the kit link that we have in the description of this. So bookmark that, and then after this, go through and anything we talked about that it's not in there yet, I'll go ahead and add it. I'll go to my like order history and add it on there from Amazon. So yeah, anyway, I want to add like fans and stuff in here to kind of like suck away the soldering smoke and vapors and stuff and kind of keep that cleared out. And then right here, I'm going to mount a soldering iron like that I can kind of build into here and have it just like right there to be able to grab.
You can show
And
your helmets and how they're
yeah, oh, so yeah, right here we've got some kind of just, you know, decorating stuff and cool stuff for the background of our videos. But this is a cool little thing, and actually I should put out a video for that because we just did a live stream for it. Made these little helmet mounts super easily out of PVC pipe and just EVA floor mat foam, and they work super well for mounting your helmets. You know, you could spray paint them silver or something, make them look a little bit more snazzy. But yeah, they work super well to be able to mount your helmets and everything like that. I'm gonna add that to my list of videos to make for my cosplay quick tip clips. But yeah, you can see up here, Black Panther. But yeah, super handy, easy to make. You just get a piece of PVC pipe, heat it, bend it, shape it, split it, drill it, and boom, you got yourself some cool helmet holders. Sorry, I almost fell over. And then yeah, I just got my Kylo Ren lightsaber, the Han Solo blaster. All of these have videos, the Kylo Ren lightsaber and blaster. The wands don't. This one was before I knew what cosplay that cosplay wasn't just anime stuff, and that I've technically been cosplaying for longer than I thought. I carved this out of a branch from my backyard in like high school or something like that.
No, it wasn't high school.
Wasn't it high school?
No.
Did we do it?
You did it when I was not playing.
Oh, okay. It was before we were married though.
Yeah.
So yeah, first year of college, second year of college, something like that. But yeah, so, and then this is Ron's broken wand, kind of the fun little.
It needs to be painted.
We need to paint it better. And then this is actually a lightsaber hilt that I designed with the to be a lightsaber from Frozen, like a Frozen Star Wars crossover. I was gonna be part of this YouTube video where they were gonna have like Frozen characters with lightsabers battling, and it was gonna be epic. So I have kind of like their little like what type of flower is that?
Crocus?
The crocus flower from their thing, and then the diamond pattern from Arendelle. But anyway, fun little curved hilt and everything. Huh? What?
Nothing.
Oh. Let's see. That's when he asked. Let's see. Sorry, Welby, what were you talking about? What's that used for again? Oh, right here. This is used for soldering. So that you can kind of light everything up pretty well when you're looking at these small little wires that you're wiring together. Have plenty of light. Usually I'll end up being kind of like looking from above like this. But
That was your first.
so yeah, this was the first video I ever put out. Basically, was the Master Sword. So that's kind of a fun little like flashback to the original Cosplay Apprentice back when we were Plastic Apprentice. Glad we changed our name. So yeah, and then we've got like mace here, Deadpool's sword or Deadpool's knife over there, and grenades. Scope looks like it's gone wonky. Yeah, it might be tilting a little bit. Anyway, but yeah. So here. So after we come from here, we come over to this little station. This is like my painting airbrush station. I've got a little, as well as kind of like product beauty shot station, right? This one's a little big for my beauty shot station for rotating on this Lazy Susan, but you know, smaller pieces, it works better. For this, I'd probably put them on the mannequin and use that Lazy Susan. But anyway, nice little kind of just like extra tabletop surface where I can kind of do my painting and things like that with the airbrush and whatnot. I want to like build in a couple things to be able to help aid the painting process over here a little bit more. But this is just an airbrush from Harbor Freight, and it actually has worked really great. So I wouldn't recommend a whole lot of things from Harbor Freight, but every once in a while they have a winner. And this has been great. Myron as well has used this one and had it work for a while. As long as you just keep it cleaned out and take good care of it, it works really well. And then, yeah, here we go. We've got the paint thinner and cleaner solution. I'll put a video out on how to do.
Sleeping in his box.
Oh yeah, guys. Cedric is sleeping in the foam box.
It's our favorite.
He's so cute.
All our animals are named after Harry Potter characters.
Here, I'll point it at you.
Okay.
And you can tell him.
Oh, hi. I was just saying that all our animals are named after Harry Potter characters.
So what other animals do we have?
Well, we have Cedric, and then we have 4 chickens. They aren't. So we have Minerva, and we have Molly, and then we have Phoenix, because my son didn't like any of the names I offered him, except that. And then we have Strawberry Marshmallow, which is not from Harry Potter, but our 4-year-old insisted that his chicken be named Strawberry Marshmallow. So there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a couple comments. Let's see. I love it. So yeah, Cruelty was saying, singing the song for the Frozen lightsaber. Let it flow, can't hold the dark side back anymore. It's awesome. I love it. Yeah, Zuli, I should install a extractor there to help ventilate the room. Yeah, definitely. That's like one thing I want to do, because this is a window right here. Should we try to open it up and show them?
I don't know. I was just thinking about when was the last time we opened this?
Yeah, I haven't opened this for a while. But this is like a window here.
So the idea was we could open the window.
The idea was I need to get stronger hinges for it there. But that way I could like pop this up and open the window. And actually what I wanted to do is on the inside of this, run like some lights all the way around, so I could like pop this up as well and have it have like really good light shining down on here while I'm painting. But I need to get stronger hinges. These weren't strong enough to actually hold it up. They're supposed to, but I didn't. I underestimated the weight of this door and didn't get the ones that were rated for the right strength for that size, for that weight. So anyway, but yeah, I want to add like an extractor or something like that to be able to kind of help with like just ventilating the room and stuff. But yeah, what was it? What was I saying I wanted to cover over here? Oh yeah.
Oh, the textures.
Do we have a video on what the foam? Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Don't quit your day job. Singing isn't your career. Yes, I definitely know that. I have 3 fish named Luke Seawalker, Darth Fisher, and Admiral Fishbar. That's Leia. That's awesome. Patricia had to go to sleep. Your cosplay den is wicked nice. Good night. Good night, Patricia. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. And then Mark asked, do we have a video on what the foam? We haven't put one out yet. We actually...
but there's one coming out.
But there's one coming out tomorrow by Much Props. We sent our foam out to a bunch of our cosplay maker buddies, and they're making stuff with it right now, and we'll hopefully be putting some cool stuff out that they're making with it. We're working on, we kind of mentioned it in a bunch of our quick tip clips, kind of showing kind of differences between EVA foam and stuff. And a bunch of those will be coming out in the upcoming week or two. But we don't have like an official video made yet for it. It's relatively new. So if you guys are going and getting it, you guys will be early adopters and be on the fast track to ultimate cosplay
Delight.
amazingness. Yeah. So, Storm T1000. Hey, I'm here in the UK and would love some tips for spray painting indoors, as most of the time it's cold over here and painting outdoors isn't always practical, as in drying times,
I was
etc.
thinking
Thanks.
about that, and I was thinking about what Chris does, and maybe going about it his way.
Yeah. With just the rub and buff type of
Yeah,
stuff?
with
And
acrylics and rub and buff.
yeah.
He doesn't seal anything.
Yeah, so great question on that. So spray painting indoors. So what I would recommend is probably spray painting indoors is going to be pretty tricky, especially if you're in a small space and you don't have like an actual workshop to do something in. If you have a workshop to do something in, you can create a paint booth. And there's a couple great videos that I'd recommend for that. I believe Bob from I Like to Make Stuff did a pretty good paint booth video, and then I think that has Build Around done? I don't know. Anyway, but there's some pretty good kind of like spray paint booth videos out there that tell you kind of like how to set up ventilation and like put filters and stuff so it doesn't like gum up the fans or different things involved as well. So I'd recommend that if you have like a workshop to be able to do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't deal with like actual rattle can spray paints just because the fumes are so like they just get everywhere. Like I tried spraying a little bit of Plastidip on something inside once, and it's like the smell just lasted forever. And so for sealing your foam, the spray cans may not be your best option, but you can still do things and get like a nice, good, smooth coat. So something that Evil Ted uses a lot is Creature Cast, and you can actually spread that on with a fine brush, like a sponge brush kind of thing as well. And he's been able to get some pretty smooth finishes with that. It's like a liquid latex, I believe, Creature Cast, and you spread that on, do a couple layers, and you can kind of seal your foam with that. And then you can use an airbrush if you're wanting to try to get like that nice fine spray effect that you would get from certain other things. And you can actually just use regular acrylic paints and thin those down to use in your airbrush to be able to paint and have kind of that spray effect. Indoors, if you just like, you know, open the window or like have a little fan, that kind of thing, wear a mask, depending on what paints you're working with and different things. You can just use that. Otherwise, Chris from Lost Wax, he does something, he doesn't even seal his foam most of the time. He just paints it usually like, if he's doing any kind of like silvers or golds and that kind of stuff, he'll just paint it black first, and then he'll use like a silver or gold rub and buff, which you just like wear a glove and you just dip your finger in it and then rub that on, and he gets some really effective paint jobs. And then I think he just uses acrylic paints and paintbrushes. So yeah, it might be for the indoor options. You're gonna want to go probably more like just the acrylic finish routes. That's gonna dry really quickly for you. Acrylics dry really fast. Speaking of which, if you guys didn't see my video that came out today on how to keep your acrylics from drying out on you while you're painting, check out that video, because tomorrow, well, okay, I'll tell you the secret.
It's probably like everybody knows and it's new to us.
Yeah, anyway, so the secret is a wet palette. And so in today's video, I pointed you to one that you can just get already pre-made on Amazon. But tomorrow's video, when that comes out, make sure you guys subscribe so you get notified. When that comes out, I'll show you how to make your own wet palette just from stuff around the house. So that helps you to be able to keep your acrylics from drying out while you're painting, because they do dry so quickly. If you put them on just kind of like a dish or a paper plate or something like that, they're gonna dry out really quick on you. But this wet palette helps you be able to preserve that. If you mix the color together, it's not gonna dry out on you and have to try to remix it or figure it out. You know, you can keep it going for a while. So Anyway, hopefully that answered your question, gave you some options. It's hard in a small space, especially cold out right now. We're in a place where it's like super cold out, and we've been frustrated that we can't go out and do spray paint because we just love getting that coat on that way. But you have to kind of we've been doing similar things using the acrylics indoors or waiting until it's a little bit warmer day and going out and trying to make it work. But sometimes if you can get it warm enough in the day, you can go out and spray it and then just give it just a little bit and then bring it into a warmer space to dry, and it'll help it dry quicker. But hopefully those are some helpful tips for you. Great question. Let's see. Okay. Spray paint in my garage, use a mask, door open, and a DIY extractor. Nice. Awesome. Oh, that was Cruelty that was saying what they do. Paul Rhodes, hey, spray booth. Yeah, exactly. I know we don't have many of them here in the UK, but they are here now. Let's see. Oh, that's cool about using acrylic paint and the airbrush. Cool tips, guys. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for the great question. Okay, so a couple other things I wanted to show you guys. These are just kind of like my little cosplay gadgets that I get and use that are super handy. So you guys may have seen these before. If you watch some of my videos, I'm like wearing them at different points and stuff. But they can't see what I'm attaching on here. So this is my cosplay holster. So it's like a drop down leg holster style thing, but it's got like pockets, so I've got all my
My creepy little peekin.
my
just
markers and everything. And like a pair of scissors and my honing steel. If you guys haven't seen my video on how to keep your blade lasting forever, go check that out, and I'll tell you more about the honing steel and this little sharpener here and how to make your X-Acto knife just like keep going and going and going. But yeah, this is super handy. Keeps all of my tools like really close and at hand, and it's great when you're sitting down too. Unlike something that would go like be up here higher that you didn't have something attaching to you. When you sit down, this is right here, and you can easily just access all your stuff as well. And then I also use, this is a great little handy, helpful part of my arsenal, because many times I'll come home from work and try to just jump in. We get the kids to bed and just try to jump in working on something. I'm wearing my nice clothes I wore to work, and they become not nice clothes because you spill paint on them or like different things. And so get yourself like a cosplay apron that you can use and protect your clothes, so that if you're too lazy to change when you get home, or you're too excited to work on your cosplay and you forget to change, at least you have this to kind of protect you from any major spills or anything like that. So there we go. I think that completes
Yeah, this is just
the tour.
obviously, the pictures of reference images.
Yeah, so I just printed out a bunch of reference images, taped them up here to be able to have when I'm patterning or working on the thing, to have stuff easily on hand. They're just taped to the wall. So let's see, what were some of the comments? Okay, so Paul said, all right, let's see. Oh, okay. Myron said, I warm up my piece and the Plastidip inside. When I'm ready, I paint it, take it outside and paint it up, then bring it back inside to dry. Yeah, the fumes stay outside that way. Here's me thinking it's a Star Wars smuggler holster. So cool. Where did you get the leg thing? I will link it in, so it's not in there yet because I had a different solution before, and then I found this one, and it's even better. I had kind of like a makeshift one where I was like, I want this, and I kind of made one. But this is a lot better solution, and it's like already ready to go. So I will put the link below in the description, that kit link. That takes you to what's called my cosplay arsenal, and all the stuff that we're showing here, I'm going to go in and make sure that it's in there because I haven't updated it for a little bit. but that'll give you links to everything. It's I got it on Amazon, and I'll link right to it so you can get the exact one. There are some like leather ones and things like that too, but this one had the best arrangement of pockets with like a couple pen holders and like different things for my use. But you might be able to find, it'll have like recommended ones where it's like similar items. You can check those out too. But yeah, so I'll make sure that goes in that kit link. So make sure to like bookmark that kit link. And then after the video, I'm gonna hop on and add anything that wasn't in there that we've talked about. Cruelty said I have a leather blacksmith apron that my girlfriend got me. She likes that it looks masculine when I'm working. Yeah, totally. No, that's way sweet. I'm gonna be probably upgrading my cosplay apron soon, and I'm looking at something kind of more with that like leather look type of thing. Leg holster is cool. Could probably sew one. Yeah, I tried making my own to begin with, and it worked. But then I saw this one and I tried it, and it's been working even better. It's got a better configuration. But yeah, if you use the same like kind of style that they did or the way they built it, you can sew one together of your own totally. Let's see. Uriel said, can you please make a video about how to cut foam cardboard better? I always have a problem with that. Yeah, are you referring to kind of like the foam board type of stuff where it's like almost like a thin styrofoam layer between two paper pieces? Kind of thing, the foam board? Let me know if that's what you're referring to. Yeah, I don't deal with it a whole lot, but I know of a really good video on cutting that by King of Random. If you go on to King of Random and go to his Styro Slicer, he has one that you can make that works super well for cutting out that type of stuff. Paul said, perfect, thank you, I need one for sure. Yeah, it's super handy. Cosplay apron, LAMO, I love it. I need an apron, I like the one you have because it's not too long. Can you add a link for the apron also, please? Yes, I think I can. I just need to find it again. We put it on like Spreadshirt or something like that at one point with the Cosplay Apprentice logo on it, and it's really handy, nice and lightweight and different things. But I'll make sure I find that link and try to put it in there as well. Definitely. Cool. All right. Well, do you guys have any other questions for me? Any other? Oh, yeah. Olivia finished doing all the scales on the pauldron while we were chatting and hanging out. So yeah, this is all coming together. So something cool that I did with this that I really like is that because I'm using What the Foam and it's so much more durable and everything, I'm actually using these like practical straps, just like as if they were leather straps. And I'm not gonna glue these down. I'm gonna actually have these be able to be, oh, sorry, the FOMO is still drying.
No, you're ruining my work.
I just touched it and realized it was still a little soft.
Thank you.
But anyway, so these are actually like, functional leather straps essentially. I can paint both of these pieces separately and then attach them together, and they would work just like how Hiccup's armor is actually assembled. If you watch throughout the movie, he gets attacked in different things and different pieces of his pauldron kind of get yanked off and stuff like that. And so I wanted to be able to have these be actually like a practical attachment here where it's, got the leather straps just like he has that holds it together. But yeah, Olivia did great. I have her do the scales because she does a better job than me.
He just gets kind of finicky about it.
Let me show you. Well, this is the difference between mine and hers. So like, hers looks so much more like actual scales that were put on. Mine looks like they just like, it runs right into the foam. I just like pressed it all the way down in on the edges. And so it looks like it was like something growing out of the foam rather than like a scale that was taken from a dragon that shed their scales and then glued on here. You know what I mean? Hers look a lot more organic because I did a couple here And then I was like, okay, you should probably do these.
I just talked you into doing something else, and I said I would do the scales.
Yeah. But yeah, so those are looking really sweet. Let's show them on here. Sorry, show and tell real quick.
Oh.
I think this is the left. Yeah, this is the left, and that's the right. Are we in frame? No. Okay. So
I
yeah.
don't know what I'm doing. I'm just holding. I'm just gonna let you do it.
Well, I'm trying to do it reversed on the camera
Okay.
too. So
Okay. Well.
anyway, that kind of gives you an idea. There's the pauldrons.
Falling apart.
And then we have, grab one of those. We have these pieces that go on underneath.
Oh, we're losing FOMO. This
As
is a
well.
little
Oh shoot,
too much.
Sorry.
Too much
Here.
on this poor
All right.
little lady.
we
Sir.
were too rough with it before it was dried completely. Anyway, so then we've got these that go on underneath as well. So it's coming together, pretty sweet. I love this like ribbed look that we got on this. Kind of looks like it's like, you know, stuffed sewn gambeson or something like that. But anyway, did we have some questions, comments?
I don't know. Ah. I don't know what to do. I don't know how it works.
Okay, so they said it's cool. Looks awesome, Olivia. That's so neat. You should check out the tactical apron you can get. It's totally silly, but the pouches and molly mounting are actually really useful. Oh, sweet. That would be cool. So a tactical apron. I'll have to check that out. Have you ever had your spray paint turn tacky on the foam? And then Yoviel said, whoa, that's so awesome, man. Thank you. So the spray paint turning tacky on the foam. If you can give me a little bit more detail as to when it happened. Sometimes if it, did you seal the foam first and then put the spray paint on it? I have had that happen where it's like, if I didn't give it enough time to dry, then it kind of ends up a little bit tacky. I bring it in too soon, or it was cold outside, it took longer to set up than usual. Especially with gloss paints, with gloss spray paints, you're gonna run into that a little bit more. They take a lot longer to dry, usually. Like, for example,
He's gone.
for example, on the Voltron helmet here, like this gloss finish took a lot longer to dry than would like more of a matte finish kind of thing, or even like just a satin or something like that. Because those high gloss finishes are going to be a little bit trickier to get to finish. And so I do remember that this was a little bit tacky, and I tried to start using it a little bit too soon, and had to kind of patch up some stuff or like kind of repaint certain sections. Hopefully that was helpful. I would say probably if that's happening, make sure to let it dry longer. Make sure that you're sealing your foam first. That might help too, because if the foam, depending on what kind of EVA foam you're using, it could be absorbing a lot of paint and not fully drying, and then causing it to be a little bit more tacky.
Did you see that they said it was sealed with Plastidip?
Okay, sealed with Plastidip, perfect. Sealed it, and then I used heat sealed and then Plastidip, but it was very tacky to almost sticky. What type of spray paint were you using?
Was it shaking in it?
I use. Sorry, just putting the helmet back. Yeah, I use Rust-Oleum 2 times coverage.
Myron says that he's seen people have problems with Rust-Oleum, but we haven't had many problems with it.
Also, too, where do you live? We live in a pretty dry climate,
That's true.
and so I bet if there's more humidity in the air, it might pose that potential problem. But yeah, I use the Rust-Oleum 2 times coverage. Let's see, where are we at in battery? Should we plug in? Anyway, Don't let's see. Don't remember, and it is cold out in my garage. Oh yeah. I would say that. Can I borrow this? I would say that that's probably when I've had troubles with that, and it's just that it's cold, and it'll eventually settle and actually dry out, but it just takes way longer because usually, you know, if it's warmer outside, especially summertime, you know, you can do a coat, set the timer for 10 minutes, come out and do your next coat, set the timer for 10 minutes, get like 3 coats in 10 minutes, and then it's like done and dry and set up, ready to go within like an hour or something like that. But when it is colder, it takes a lot longer. So I definitely have had that where it takes a lot longer for it to set up, and then it has been tacky in the cold. So hopefully when I've had that too, I have set up when it's colder and I spray something and bring it into the garage. I've tried to set up kind of like almost like a makeshift little area with like boxes and stuff to kind of like shield it a little bit from everything else in the garage, and then have like a little space heater that's not like going right onto the prop, but just kind of that's like heating up that little area a little bit more, and that's helped to kind of improve the process time. Let's see. I don't know if it'll let me. Let's see. Yeah, you can try cruelty. You can try to share one. Is it just like of the okay, hopefully you guys are all still here. Apparently if you move to a different app on your phone, it like stops the stream. But yeah. Yeah, if you want to like share an image of the tactical apron or something like that, is that what you're asking? That's fine. Yeah. So hopefully that helps with the paint stuff. Oh, that was Leia asking the whole time. So yeah, she's going by the book then. Oh, it won't let you. YouTube blocks it. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Anyway, yeah, any other questions, any other things that you guys wanted that we like talked about that you want to make sure that I put in that kit link so that I can add that to it after we finish up? Wow, we ended up going well over the hour. We're almost at 2.
We got a video to get out.
Yeah. Zuli, I was wondering what happened to the Build Guild. Yeah, so great question, Zuli. We had to, we kind of like paused it for a little bit. I got burnt out trying to create enough of the content for you guys inside the Build Guild, and so I had to kind of take a break, and like we've been trying to focus on other things, and we were trying to get our products going and stuff like that, and it was pretty hard to kind of juggle everything. We plan on like revamping it and coming back to it later on, but right now we've just got a couple other things that we're trying to get built up and get solidified first, with content and organization and a bunch of other things to before we redo that. But
anyone who was part of the Build Guild, hello, so much higher than me. Anyone who was part of the Build Guild, they should have access to all the templates and any that come out.
yeah, so if you were part of the Build Guild, soon we'll be sending you an email with access through our new website.
Oh yeah, because
we're switching to a different like platform and stuff too. So we'll give you access. You'll continue to have access to all our patterns and everything, since you guys were like our first early adopters of the Build Guild and stuff. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Oh, Leah misses the Build Guild too. We miss you guys. It's really
Yeah.
fun to see you all again.
Yeah, it's so fun to have a bunch of you on with us on the live streams again and everything like that. We miss it too. It was a ton of fun, and we're planning on revamping it and doing it and getting everything set up well in advance and everything, so that I'm not feeling like I'm having to try to keep up and can't deliver on what I promised. So let's see. Paul said, I also have to warm or thin my acrylic paint when it's really cold because the paint kind of gets thicker. So yeah, that's probably exactly what's happening. Oh, that might help.
Oh yeah, heating up your paint.
Yeah, that might help too. Leia is doing the similar thing that I recommend for the getting your Plastidip to be a smooth coat. Do that same thing right before you go out and paint with your paint can, just your spray paint, so that it's coming out nice and warm. Because yeah, it does tend to get a little bit thicker.
That happened to me with the kids' shields.
Yeah.
It was like a super cold, windy day, and I thought I heated up the paint enough, but when I would shake it, the can would
get cold again. So yeah, you want to like put it in a bowl of like hot water, not like necessarily boiling, but put it in a bowl of hot water, as hot as your tap can make it, and then give it 10 minutes. Come back. Shake the can really well, and if the can gets cold again, then repeat that process until like when you shake the can, it's like a nice room temperature or it is warm. And then let's see, it's okay if I link you to Smuggler's Room at the end. I think you'll love this work. Yeah, if you want to, actually, feel free to Cruelty to pull me up if you have Instagram. Hop onto Instagram and go to cosplay_apprentice.
It's going crazy. We're here.
There we go. Go to cosplay_apprentice and then just go ahead and send me a message with it so I can check out that room that you were talking about. It sounds awesome.
Oh, Louie wants to know if we're gonna finish the cosplay that we started with the characters.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I want to. So we were starting to release some of those videos that we did for the Build Guild, like onto the YouTube channel. And yeah, I want to finish that cosplay because it would be pretty sweet to have, because they're fun, kind of like characters from this world that we created together. But yeah, so
we'll keep thinking of how we can integrate.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out how we can integrate that, because that would be fun to finish those up and then have everybody make those available to everyone to be able to cosplay at a con or something like that and like find each other and whatnot. So Julie said, yeah, I missed this too, but I'm glad you're doing so many other great things. You're awesome. Aw, thanks. Paul, new to the channel, first live. You guys are great. Going to work through all of your videos. Look forward to trying your foam. Awesome. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, welcome to the channel. Now is a great time to be finding the channel. We're like really going gung-ho on creating awesome content for you guys and coming out with it frequently. So just to give you guys all kind of an overview of what we're doing right now and the direction we're heading with the channel is we're doing weekday quick tip clips. So you've probably been noticing, if you're subscribed, hopefully you hit that bell notification and select all notifications and not just like, because now it gives you 3 options. If you hit the bell, it'll say all, like preferences or something, and then like none, and select all, and then you'll get notified every morning. We're coming out with these cosplay quick tip clips, and it's just kind of your daily quick tip clip to help you kind of stay on top of your game and cosplay like a boss. So we have those coming out every weekday, and we create those videos based on, you know, raise your chair.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm sitting.
We create those videos based on like problems that either people like reach out with questions like, hey, I've had a problem with this, and we also ask in each one of those videos, what's your single greatest challenge when it comes to working with EVA foam, when it comes to painting, when it comes to working with FOMO, those kind of things, so that we get those video ideas right from you guys, and we create a big list, and then as more people say those same type of things, those move up, and then we create those. So hopefully that's been exciting for you guys and helpful. And so we're doing those weekday cosplay quick tip clips, and then we have monthly character build videos. So like we said, tomorrow this one's going to come out, as well as our cosplay quick tip video on how to
Make a wet palette.
make a wet palette so that your acrylics don't dry out on you while you're painting. So double videos tomorrow, and then next month will be our dark saber. We did a little prototype, like 3D printing here, and we've gotten some of our elements of it. We've got kind of our base rectangle piece that we're going to be using for the handle, and then I'm going to be patterning all the details and everything to do out of foam. And we've got these super bright 144 LEDs per meter, individually controllable. Let's see, there's better. Look how close together those are and how bright they are. They're huge. Anyway, so
You mean they're tiny?
well, yes, they're tiny, but they're huge and close together compared to some of the other ones I've had where the LEDs are even smaller than.
It's kind of wide because we're fitting a lot of stuff in it as far as the metal aluminum. We've got lights, we've got speakers. We're doing a little collab with
William Shakespeare is going to send us one of his sweet dark saber kyber crystals that we can integrate into it, and then we'll also be able to. We're also going to do a giveaway for one of his. Anyway, it's a little bit.
It's gotta have a power source.
So
in
it's a
it.
little bit wider than like this by about 1/4 of an inch, but it's not too big, and it still feels comfortable in your hands and everything. But we're gonna have to pack in batteries and a speaker and all kinds of stuff because we're gonna make it have the sound. It's not gonna be this long, obviously. We're gonna cut this down. But yeah, we're gonna have the sound built into it, the motion. We're gonna have it light up the blade and have kind of that little like electrical
It's gonna be fun.
bits that go through the dark saber piece. It's gonna be legit. So
I don't have that much to do with this one, but I'm just like, yeah, we're doing it.
yeah, it's gonna be
I'm
cool.
here.
It's gonna be cool. So that's next month's character build video is the dark saber, which is gonna be super cool. Super excited for that. So yeah, and then we're doing the live streams every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Mountain time,
8. Oh no.
10 p.m. Central time.
You're going all over the place. You're not
11.
going in order.
Huh?
I'm so confused.
I'm going-
You're doing it right. I'm confused.
Yeah, and then 11 p.m. Eastern, I believe. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, every week. So let's see. Okay. Ooh, we really should. Just sent you the room playlist. Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. Thanks, man. Makes sense. Just a pet peeve of mine as I do HEMA actual swordsmanship. Don't get me started on your logo though. Okay.
We're gonna have to
I will.
renew your logo.
But yeah, so I mean, according to Wikipedia, this thing is supposed to be like about 3 inches wide. So we're definitely cutting it down from that because
I'm moving.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna hit you with
I'm
it.
really scared.
But yeah, according to Wikipedia's measurements that they say dimensions of the Darksaber, it would be even wider and thicker too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going now. It's gonna be Friday, or it's Friday now here. And we need to get some
Good
sleep before it gets
night.
up.
Yeah, we should probably
Yeah, good
wind
night,
things
Leah.
up.
Thanks.
Thanks so much for joining us, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Make sure to tune in. Thanks if it's your first time. Yeah, well, that's what we were going for, fantasy-wise sword.
You're great. Thanks so much for all the interaction tonight.
Yeah, thank you so
We're
much for
really
your
grateful.
questions and for the comments and the great tips that everybody was giving as well. We love the interaction and everybody commenting and chatting and everything on the video. And just thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yeah,
you guys
we'll
are
be
so awesome.
So
and we,
excited to see you all next time.
yeah, and we appreciate it. It's so fun to see some old faces from back when we were doing the live streams a year or two ago. back here again, and then it's fun to see a lot of new faces. Cruelty, Storm T1000, Paul, Patricia, everybody that's joined, Cruelty, everyone that's joined us this time. And we had a couple people towards the beginning, and Uriel, thank you.
Zuli, of course.
Zuli, of course, yeah.
Leia.
The familiar faces.
Jerome, who's gone now.
Jerome for tuning in. Yeah, and then we had, what was, right at the beginning, who was it? Started with an M.
Mark.
Anyway, oh yeah, and Mark, thank you. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope to continue to see you each week. These are kind of just like really more of a hangout. We'll kind of have a theme or some type of purpose for it, but like you saw here, we'll just like whatever you guys ask about, we'll jump into. We'll deviate, and then we'll kind of jump back into continuing with our kind of idea behind the video type of thing, and then just take it whatever direction you guys want. Oh yeah, Much Props was here too. Yeah, perfect. And there was somebody at the beginning, I can't remember.
Check
how to
out
pronounce
his
her name.
video tomorrow as well as our 2 videos, and subscribe.
Yes, lots of content to watch. Check out Much Props channel, and subscribe to his channel. He comes out with awesome stuff all the time. Build videos like crazy. He's a like, I don't know how he does it. It's amazing. He's always coming out with build videos. And he's doing a video tomorrow using our What the Foam. So check that out. You can see it in action on some other props than just and costumes than what we're just doing here. So let's see. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Much Props was here too. 6 a.m. there in England. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for tuning in. Paul, we're in Utah. So
We're also in a cold basement.
yeah,
We
we're
look cold.
yeah. With the scarves. Sorry. I lived in France for 2 years, and during the winter, everyone wore scarves, and I like realized how amazing scarves were, and I just like always just wear them in the wintertime, whether I'm indoors, outdoors, or whatever. And I just find it helps prevent me from getting sick and different things. So we may look a lot colder than we are inside our house,
I'm
but
cold.
but yeah, it's a cold basement too. I didn't realize that like it probably looked like we were freezing with like scarves on. But yeah, all right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Uriel. We think it's a pretty cool room too. I can't believe this is like my workshop, and I love it every day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll get those other things up on that kit link, so make sure to bookmark that and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our other stuff. And we'll catch you guys next week and in all of our videos that we release in between. Cosplay on, my friends.
Good night.
See ya.